I was afraid this would be too late for you, so I wasn't going to send you a PM until you sent me one, and I thought, oh, okay. So how are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you for asking.
It's nice to talk to you face to face.
Nice to talk to you face to face also. So
I
I have this,
but
I'm really curious since I met you first time. Why are you so tech savvy? I mean, you're like 16 when it comes to tech. How did
I am not at all, but I know something about Facebook and I know something about a few apps.
you are wearing an an iWatch, and most people on your age don't do that. So that's my last time I asked you the same thing, and you were navigating me around Zoom like, it's like back of your hand, and it's like maybe you use it for your university a lot. That's
I
probably
do,
why.
but my university isn't as active as I want it to be. And this morning I spent hours trying to get out my my pipeline for the excuse me for my new product, the daily tips, the daily quotes, and the daily giggles.
Uh-huh.
And the person I'm working with, who's working with me on it, we just couldn't figure out things. And then at the end, I think we got everything figured out. But I'm still not sure that everything got done as we were supposed to get it done. Still
Yeah,
need to talk to him about it.
you can just laugh about it and get it over with.
Well, that's what I started doing after I got frustrated. It wasn't worth it. I had a choice. Do I want to cry or do I want to laugh? And I decided I better laugh because this is too frustrating.
Of course.
And that's how I got through that interview the other day, too. That was another interesting one.
Which one? Rahmat or who?
I don't, the one that was on Wednesday, I guess it was Rehan or something like that.
Rahmat.
He was
Rehan is the name.
throwing questions at me left and right, and I didn't know what he wanted me to answer or anything.
Um, his name is Rahmat. He runs a school, a physical school in a small town of Pakistan.
Oh,
And,
really?
and he has 200 and something students. He runs it completely on donation. So people from around the world donate money to him. So he uses that money to run that school. It's If you go on his wall, I asked him in the morning today to show us the school. It's like rubble. It's like Afghanistan, and
Wow.
the people of that town actually are living on the border. So it's like imagine living on the Canada-US border. So people go to Afghanistan to actually work and come back every day. And so he's a teacher, and his English is what it is. You saw what it is. But it's better than most people actually speak, and but he doesn't listen, and he has been all his life speaking English, and nobody would dare replying him. There's a very funny video, I will send it to you, about a competition of English in a village where nobody speaks English, and and one guy who doesn't actually know English, and the other guy who is so the guy who doesn't know English, his name is Johnny German, and the guy who does know English, his name is something else. And then Johnny German says, "What?" And everybody stares at the other guy, so they think it's a. And then the other guy says, "What do you mean, what?" And then they say, "Look at this." Again, this guy, and he's like, "If." And then this other guy's like, "What are you talking about? Tell me a question. What are you saying?" And then, he doesn't really know English. So he comes back and then he says, then. And then he goes back and says, "What are you talking about, dude? Say, ask me a proper question." And then the now three questions and answers are done. So the jury actually rewards Johnny German, who doesn't actually speak English, the reward for speaking good English because he apparently spoke one word, something which was so small, and he did it quickly. And the other guy had to really say a lot of words to reply, took more time, so he won the competition. Who didn't actually know English. So, um, like in the village of the blind, the man with one eye is the king. It's that kind of situation.
And that's
Uh,
what when I got off the interview, that's what I thought. And I didn't want to, I really did not want to be rude. And I felt like I was being rude, but I needed to know, what are you asking me? I need one question at a time.
he's not used to blunt people. I think you are a very straightforward human being,
Yeah.
and you don't have time to BS. And when you giggle or you laugh, people think you are, you can take it easy, but you're very professional at the same time, and you giggle. There's nothing wrong with that. But the reason I got Rehmat, his name is Rehmat, so I sponsored him to do interviews so that he can get used to this, the world of the internet. 2 years ago, up to 2 years ago, he was not using the internet, and he was trying to raise money from within the country, from people begging on the phone, "Can I have some money to run my school?" And then I introduced him to my program where I said, "Okay, you know what? I'm not going to give you a dime unless you make 500 mutual friends with me." So his actually it started off with his friend, and his friend made 500 common friends, which were all over the world. And now they have received hundreds of thousands of dollars from all around the globe. People said $20, $100, $50, thousands of dollars. And their school is doing very well. They're very, and their mindset is changing because now they're interconnected with all around people from all around the globe. Before they were just thinking, "Oh, we are in Chaman. Nobody knows. Nobody in Pakistan even knows that place. Nobody wants to go there. It's like middle of nowhere, somewhere in North Dakota. You can imagine, because there's nothing." And but now he's doing like 5 to 10 interviews every single day, exposing himself to people from Norway, Germany, US, all over the planet. And all of a sudden his planet just became different. So he's doing very well in terms of what he's achieved. Most people in bigger cities are not doing what he's doing, so he has nothing to lose. He's just doing very hard work in trying to connect himself to a lot of people. And I just promised him today 2 more laptops to send him. So I'll send him more laptops today, and I mean next week. I requested him to get his teachers to now come on Facebook. And the idea is that there are a lot of elderly people in a lot of elderly homes in the US, especially in the UK, who have a lot of time on their hands. So maybe we can get them iPads and they can actually have a conversation with these students, just chit chat with them and do a cultural exchange over Skype or over Zoom or
Yeah,
over what.
that would be great.
And people, a lot of people in the elderly houses are bored and they want to do something productive with their life. And here these children want teacher, and the teachers which they get are going to speak English. I mean, nobody in their entire village, I mean, in their entire school, he was constantly saying, "Sir, nobody speaks Urdu. The national language of Pakistan is not spoken there. English is not spoken there. The only local language is spoken there." So he was personally also very frustrated with that. And but now he has an outlet. He can learn from people from around the globe. He has hundreds of followers, 5,000 friends, and he's getting exposed to life beyond his own town, which is, you know a huge world. So I think in a year or 2 years time he will be able to do phenomenal things which we can't even imagine right now.
But that's amazing. So I do. I couldn't quite figure it out, and if I had known that he didn't speak, he was concerned about his English, I would
He
have
was
been.
not. He was not concerned. He thinks he speaks perfect English. That's what he thinks. Um, so I can't tell him that you don't. But the only thing I can do is expose him, and then he will maybe realize it himself that he needs to fix his English a little bit. His English is good, but he doesn't listen. He listens, he
Yeah,
doesn't understand, and he just goes on to the next question. He's doing a job. It's like a job for him.
and that was my issue with him. I said, "You're not listening. You're asking the same question over and over again, and you're
Yeah.
not hearing me. If you're going to have me talk to you, at least listen to what I'm saying." And I felt bad, but I felt like I needed to say that to him. And it just came out, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm being so rude to this man. And he has no idea I don't mean to be.
It's similar to what happened to you when you did the first interview with Roshan. I think he wasn't listening also, and he just kept asking questions. I mean, I don't know. Who will tell them? I remember when I came back from the States and started living back in Pakistan, my daughter spoke proper American English. We were living in Florida. Her teacher started nagging her that you're speaking incorrect English. You're speaking like an American. It's not English. And she started teaching her Pakistani version of the accent, which is ununderstandable. And I'm like, what? And it was very heartbreaking for me because I really enjoy the accent in the West, like for example the CNN accent. That's where I learned. That's what is clearest for me. And Pakistani accent is not really, in my opinion, is not desirable accent to me at least, because the purpose of the language is to be able to communicate, dialogue, speak and listen.
Right.
And if you can't do that, it's just very difficult, and it's rude to consider. You can't tell on people's face that you're speaking incorrectly. I mean, if I'm making a mistake, if you are my great friend, maybe you will tell me, Rihan, this is not how you say it. This is how you say it. And maybe, like for example, I can just not say Massachusetts, whatever that is. It's just so hard for me to say that state's name. But my vowels are, just weird. I can't pronounce them. Um, but it is what it is, and it's going to improve as time changes.
Well, it was kind of fun. With today, I thought he understood what we were talking about time. And I found out no, we had kind of screwed up the whole time thing and decided to try again tomorrow.
With whom today?
Menon, or you, A.H. Menon, you know him.
Oh, okay. His
And
name is
I'm learning.
his actual name is Ali, which is like Ali in the U.S., like a girl's name, and last name is Raza, and the family name is Memon, Memon. I totally understand that now all of a sudden your planet is changing and you're getting used to the Muhammads and Ahmads all of a sudden every single day attacking you. Please friend me and all that is happening. But it is a big country. We're the sixth largest country on the planet. It's 200 million people.
I never
Um,
realized it was that big, actually.
yeah, most people don't. It's just like, we're only stuck in 7-Elevens and taxi drivers mostly, or the doctors. But it is a lot of people here.
Well, I'll do any interview that they want to do with me.
Sure.
Now
Um,
that I understand the language thing, it's a little easier for me to deal with. Fahad had great English, or I
well,
thought so.
Fahad has done over 100 interviews for me, and then He has been doing interviews for quite some time, even though he still have a thick accent. But he's still better because he's done a lot and he has worked on himself a lot. He's an amazing guy. All of these kids are amazing in their own way. I really admire what they're doing. I hope they don't mind me being blunt on when I'm speaking about them. They don't get upset if they hear me out. That's not the purpose. It's just feedback and trying to explain you what exactly is happening here.
Well, it's
Um,
important for that to be clear because that kind of makes it easier for me to know how to connect with them too. Because I thought I was getting people who had good English skills, and they don't. And knowing that that may not be the case kind of slows me down a little and tells me, give them more of a chance. But I just hope I wasn't too rude yesterday. I was very concerned about that. And there
I,
goes the dog.
what's his name?
He's Bodie.
What's your dog's name?
Bodie. It was going to be Bodie Sattva, but he's
Hey,
such a
buddy.
thing. It's only Bodie. And the cats are
Bodhi who?
Rama, Krishna, and Ananda.
Oh, wow. You have all the India and gods over there.
Well, somewhere they need to be in a good Jewish name, in a good Jewish home. But I also spoke to Anna, and I think Anna and I are going to get together. I don't know if it's
Oh,
going to be for Shabbat dinner, at least not now that I'm not supposed to be driving. But that hopefully will happen eventually.
Anna hosted me for a week in her house. Her husband and her, she hosted me for a week. And it's was my first time to spend time in such a family. And her husband was Indian, and her children speak like five different languages because they spoke Russian, two forms of dialects of Indian language and English. So they're just amazing kids,
Wow.
very
Seems
blessed
really
kids.
cool. I'm
Huh?
looking forward. I'm really looking forward to meeting her.
Yeah, she's very nice, and she runs an organization called Dancing for Peace. So she does ballet dancing for peace purposes, and
Wow.
so that's her way of expressing her desire for peace in the world. Your internet just got slower than mine.
No, it shouldn't be.
Is it mine?
I may not be sitting in the right place right now.
Are you using the mobile internet or the Wi-Fi or the
Uh,
home base?
Wi-Fi.
That should be okay. All right. So you said you are very excited. What's exciting happening? Excited was not the word you said. Overwhelmed. So
Overwhelmed.
why are you?
I am getting so many friend requests, and if I
Uh
see
huh.
that there's at least two or three people I've already friended for this person, I accepted right away. And what happens is they want to connect with a conversation right away. And I'm trying to get the new website up. I'm trying to get my radio show together and all these things together. And these people are going, well, how are you, dear? Thank you for recognizing me as accepting me as a friend. And I'm like, hi, but I can't talk right now. And they're like, oh, then why? And I feel really bad because I would like to, but it's almost right after I accept them, I get like 10 private messages, and I'm like, I
Right.
can't talk right now. I want to know who you guys are, and get a feeling for you. But I
Right.
just can't do it all at one time.
Maybe you can start a webinar for them. You already have the license and everything. You get all of them in one room and say, "Hey, who are you guys? Talk to me," and introduce yourself or something.
I was thinking about doing that. Um, I want to I need to get some things done first. Like I haven't done my daily things yet today because I've been messed up with this other thing going on. So
Right.
I need to kind of get my own schedule together a little better so I know that, okay, I have time now. And I need to be doing more live streaming anyway. So this is a great opportunity to do it.
Yeah. So tell us more. I mean, the people who are listening, maybe they want to enroll in your university and they giggle more. So tell us what you do for them and how can you help them.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about anyway. And just putting out, hey guys, I'm here now. Come meet me. You know, come meet me and smile and laugh.
Have you thought about hosting your shows or hosting your university on Udemy?
I have never done that. So I don't know what humanity is.
Okay, it's spelled Udemy like an academy, but Udemy, Udemy, and it's an online platform with 30 million users. And what they do is, I'll tell you why I will tell you what it is, and then I'll tell you why. So all whatever you're teaching in your university website, you go to their platform and you host it over there. They spread it out, they host it for you. It doesn't cost you anything to teach over there, and whatever you want to teach, you teach a giggle fest course or giggle meditation show over there. Then they give you a link, and if you spread that link, you get 100% of the income. So if it's a course for say $20, you get all the $20. But then they also do marketing themselves, and then if they market and somebody comes to your show, that becomes 50% for them, 50% for you. And on top of that, and then you can say, Rihan, you have 700,000 followers. Why don't you promote this giggle show? And if it's $20 show, I get $5. Udemy gets $5. You still get $10. So it's a great opportunity for teachers to come in and teach there. And now I'll tell you why I'm asking you. So another boy who was saying, I want to teach online, I want to teach online. So he was teaching how to make money from YouTube or some other website like that. He was just a kid, like a very young kid, 18 or 19. He made his course. I shared his link, just his direct link. He sold 1,600 shows in 2 days. That's crazy a number. So when I saw that, I was like, why am I wasting my time trying to teach on other places? That's the place I need to be because the audience is there. So if the audience is there and you're sure, I mean, you have to host your website right now. You have to do everything yourself and design. Here you have to do nothing. You just go in, you teach, and then they take care of everything. So I think it's a phenomenal opportunity. If you spend a little bit of your time there, you will seriously make a lot of people learn, and at the same time, you will not have the financial issues that you might have otherwise.
Can you send me the link?
I will just type it here and also send it to you here. It's called Udemy.
Yes, send me the link in a private message, and I will definitely check it out later tonight.
Sure, done. Hmm, what
That's
else is on your
great.
mind? So you were introducing yourself. Tell me, what is giggle meditation or laughing meditation?
Oh, you want me to tell you now?
Well, other people are watching. We have 25 live viewers also along with us.
Gosh. Laughter meditation uses laughter as the tool to get to a deep and relaxing meditation. And what I do when I actually teach a course, I have a smiling meditation I do with them. And that smiling meditation actually is a guided meditation in which you experience how big the world is and how big the universe is in a very simple meditation that I guide you through. And it relaxes you because many people are afraid to laugh wholeheartedly. And when you do a laughter meditation, for it to work most effectively, you want to laugh wholeheartedly. You want to just let it all hang out. And for some people, what that means is they're going, ha ha, hee hee, very quietly. And then there's other people who are like me. My mom used to say they could hear me in Denmark when I laugh. It was more like, ha 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 ha. And then there's a whole spectrum of people between the quiet people and the loud people, and there's people louder than me, I believe. So it's an infinite amount of laughter that can come out of someone. And it doesn't matter if you're laughing loudly or quietly, as long as you're giving it all you got. And when you give it all you got, your mind gets a chance to settle down. Your body settles down. And when both mind and body are settled, you experience that magic inside you, which connects us all together. And we begin to feel more calm and relaxed.
Hmm. All right. Um, so I don't feel very comfortable in laughing out loud. I have been raised to learn that it's not appropriate to do so. I have tried it in the past, and it's very, of course, like doing something for the first time. It's very uncomfortable to my mind, and it stops me from doing it. Any tips for me how to get over that?
If you're a quiet laugher, that's perfectly fine, Rayhan. You just do your small laugh, like, ah, ah, ooh, ooh. And even if it's quieter than that, that's fine. But you just give it everything you got. And when you give it everything you got, it's going to do what it needs to do. So just relax with it. I don't care if you're a quiet laugher. Trust me, it's okay. And I think that's one of the problems people have with what I do is that they don't understand that. It's important to understand that it's not how loud or quiet you laugh, it's how much you give to it. It's also one thing you should know is that your smile and your laughter can keep you from ever needing to use antidepressants or even be sick because they're the tools that we have been given by the divine or whoever you want to say to use on a regular basis whenever we want to get rid of stress and strain. And if we used it on a regular day and regularly, we're going to get more from our laugh. We're going to be calmer. And remember, when you smile and you laugh, you can't be violent. So that's going to change the world too.
Cool. Alrighty. Any questions for me?
Actually, I'm kind of watching my watch because I need to be at a class at 6 o'clock, and
All
it's less than half an hour away. So
right.
yes, I do have questions for you, but
Let's do it another time.
unfortunately, I don't have the time to ask right now.
All right. We'll do it another time.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I'd like to schedule a time that you and I can talk a little longer. Actually,
Sure. I am a very unscheduled person. I don't like to schedule time. I have been scheduled all my life. Now I want to be free like a bird. So you can just ping me whenever, and if I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I'm not.
you know what? I'll send you a ping tomorrow, and we'll figure out. We'll see if when it'll work for both of us.
Sure. Thank you so
Because
much, Carl.
right now, I'm a little on the handicapped side when it comes to walking and driving. I mean, I'm walking and I'm not driving, but I'm kind of stuck in the house. So I have time to do things, but I do it on my own time and not someone else's time.
All right. Thank you so much for taking the time and talking to me.
Thank you for having me. Let's figure out. We don't have to figure it out right now, but let's consider doing it again in the next day or two
Sure thing.
because
Thank
this is
you.
fun.
Thank you.
And I loved your interview with Amy today. I came on when she said the most perfect words that I needed to hear.
She's an amazing woman. I really think she's very uh, wise person, and I'm glad that she's doing this.
Oh, yeah, she's extremely wise. But what she said about it takes time, I needed to hear that today. And
Hmm.
it was just perfect. I had just tuned in when she was beginning to talk about that. And I was like, oh, wow, Amy, we need to talk.
Sure. Do a call with her. She do a Facebook Live. She loves it. Schedule it. She's very scheduled person, so you can schedule it. Very opposite from me, and you can schedule it with her. I'm pretty sure she would love to talk to you.
Actually, we have kind of talked about doing that. So we
Cool.
just get it together.
Wonderful.
I'm
And
actually
before
excited about that.
and, and try to find an hour for Udemy. And there is a course when you go to their website on top it says become a teacher. And when you click that, it gives you walks you through a free course which teaches you how to teach on Udemy. So it's wonderful. Really, it's amazing. I have been forcing myself to take that course for 3 days now, and I'm doing it now.
Can you do me a favor and put it in Messenger too so I have it?
I will.
Great. Thank
Alrighty.
you.
Thank you so much. Take
I'm
care.
so glad we did this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rayhan. Is it Rayhan or Rehan?
Whatever you like. You can go for Ray. You can go for Raymond. You can go Rehan. You can call me John. Whatever you like.
Just don't call you late for dinner.
All right. Late for dinner.
I gotta go, really.
All right. Take care. Bye.
The dog won't get out before this class now.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.